One man's journey to understand everything there is to know about sports has led to many losses. Horrible gaming, mediocre questions, but the guests are cool. And videos where gaming and podcasts combine to show sports, mainly Quidditch and football, from a variety of different angles. Welcome to Gameside Chat.
Hello world and welcome to a new episode of my gaming podcast show, Gameside Chat, where we play games and we talk all manner of sports. So mainly I've been doing football and Quidditch, very little of football for now, but I'm trying to expand. I have some people in mind, so hopefully stay tuned. And I cover Quidditch because that's what I do. And if you enjoy those kind of things, give us a like, give us a subscribe. And yeah, so today we are playing Civilization 6. And the guest for today is Marianna Parroquin, who is the president of the No, I'm joking. She is the president of Olympians Quidditch Club. For all those people watching, mainly all the Olympians people that I have forced to watch all my videos and subscribe because I've enslaved them, she has been part of the few people that helped organize this team. And today we'll be talking about all sorts of things. We'll be talking about, how to form a club, why form a club, what's the difference between being a uni team and being a community team, that sort of stuff. So I'm gonna go give her a call, set up the game, and we'll be asking her all sorts of questions. So bring your popcorn, bring your snacks, bring your tea, bring your coffee. This could be a long one. I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so now we have Marianna connected. Hello, Marianna.
Hello.
Hi. So, thanks for coming to join and try this game out. Hopefully it's not too bad.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully I don't forget to play.
Yeah, it's okay. So I think it's time for us to start. I'm going to start doing this as well. So
Yep.
We're going to ask you, the main point of inviting you is because you're part of Olympians, you've helped formulate Olympians, and you're also the president. So basically
Just
it'll
the
be
president.
about... Yeah, exactly. So basically today we're going to be talking a lot about like the creation of the team, how to create a team, why create a team, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, sounds good.
So the first question will be, like it always is, so how did you start playing Quidditch and how long have you played for?
I started in September 2016. 2016? Yeah, I think so. It was my first year when I came to uni in England. I came as an Erasmus student. And as any Erasmus, you're supposed to be there to try new stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I went to the Freshers Fair and I was just looking around. I wanted to join rugby because I wanted to join contact sport.
A proper sport, you meant to say?
Yeah, a proper sport. Yeah. No, to be honest, I was that kind of kid that always like breaks every single joint in the body. Like growing up, I just broke everything imaginable and had bad knees and everything. So my parents were always like, something like rugby is not for you. So yeah, I was like, I saw my opportunity when I moved away. And I decided to go for rugby and actually went for the freshers session. And it was good, I had fun. But then it came to like, okay, this is the deal, guys. These are the prices. And this is like how much you have to do and how much you have to train. And it was quite far away, the training place. And it was like a lot of money and a lot of commitment for someone that was just meant to be there for a year, just trying out something new. So I was not too convinced. And then I went again to the Freshers Fair, or from the Freshers Fair I must have got like a flyer or something, and I was like, well, why not, let's just like see what this is about. And I think it was Hugh, and I don't remember, I think it was Hugh at the Freshers Fair and someone else, so it was obviously like big boys, and I was like,
yeah.
Well, it might be interesting, let's go and see what it is about. And I think we played something like, do you remember that game that we used to play? Sorry, I know you're waiting for me.
No worries.
And that game that we used to play, that was like two people in the middle and they have to start tackling everyone running from one side of the pitch to another.
Oh yeah.
Remember the name?
Yeah. Bulldogs?
Bulldog, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
we started playing that, and
So
I
basically,
really
for you,
enjoyed
was
it.
a case of false advertising, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
I just wanted, yeah, to have fun
Yeah.
and play with people and just, yeah,
Uh-huh.
tackle people to the ground and stuff like that. And
I mean, to be fair, he was very convincing. I think he can sell pretty much anything, so I'm not surprised
yeah,
you went for that.
yeah, and
So
it
do
was
you?
you only had like, I think the membership was like £5, and then it just like pay as you go essentially. Like if you go to a tournament, you
Yeah.
pay for it. If you don't go, you don't pay for it. And they had
Yeah.
like a lot of socials and stuff like that. So it was something I enjoyed.
Yeah. So little did you know it would actually be one of the most expensive sports to ever be at a uni level.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, at least still for now, is like you can pay, at least up to last season, you could pay as you went. So if you didn't want to commit for as much, then you had the option of just like playing locally or just going to training, or you know, you didn't have to at the start of the year go on and drop a big amount of money. Because if I had to drop a lot of money from the start, I would have been like, no, not for me.
Yeah. True. True. It's like it's a bit of a cult, isn't it? Like easy to get in but hard to get out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for all QUK people that watch this. Like, I'm not doing a great job, selling the sport.
No, but
Yeah.
to be honest, it's a good point. Is it like, if you think about someone like me, if they had to pay a big amount of money, like with the changes that are happening now, I think it's important to keep it accessible for uni students that are just there for the fun, to see what happens. Just have the option of
Yeah.
pay as you go.
Yeah. True. Yeah. So give us a list of teams that you've played for throughout
So
your. Yeah.
I played for Manchester to start with, and then I played for Team Spain last summer, and now Olympians. So yeah, well, and QPL, if you counting, I played for Roses on my first season. It was the summer of 2018. Yeah, I think so. And Watch last summer, so 2019 as well.
Yeah. I tried to convert you guys to the dark side by bringing you to the watch, but stuff happened.
It was
And you
it
couldn't
was.
play under my tutelage.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Stuff happened.
Yep, stuff happened is the perfect way to explain it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Right. Enough from the painful topics, at least for me. So you mentioned you played for for a uni team, and you've played internationally as well, and now you've made a community team. So what has actually made you to decide to, I guess, stop playing on the university level?
I think for us in Manchester anyway, it was the fact that we were growing up and we started to have different ideas of what the team should be like compared to other people in the team. So we had, I mean, a lot of us graduated or became postgrad students, like PhD or whatever. That pretty much is like a job, you know.
Yeah.
And we were still playing with people like freshers and stuff like that. So it was a big gap, like in age, and also in what we wanted to get out of it. You know, we had some people that wanted to full on go for it and try to win tournaments and stuff like that, and we had people that were more for the fun. And I mean, as a uni team, which is completely understandable and is the right thing to do, you have to be extra inclusive and accommodate for everyone. You have to accommodate for those competitive people, and you have to accommodate for those people that want just to be a bit more chill.
Yeah.
And as a community team, you have the opportunity to set what sort of players you're targeting to attract and what sort of players you want to work with. So the idea was to form a team of people that sorry, let me settle. Let me get a CT.
You're getting distracted by the game, aren't you?
Yeah.
Nice.
To be honest, I'm just clicking, so I'm probably not gonna win anything, but yeah. At least people can see your game, which is probably more interesting than mine.
That's true, yeah.
Yes, so yeah, we decided to set up a competitive team with a friendly environment, obviously, and an inclusive environment, obviously, but something that people that just want to be there for the fun of it, just for the fun of it without the competitive side, probably wouldn't find attractive and would just not come because it wouldn't be the right environment for them. So, and also I think it's good for uni students to be able to own their club and run their club themselves. So what I'm trying to say is, like, a lot of us were still running committee positions or being coaches or whatever. And I think it's also good for the uni students to be able to have those roles.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because I feel like a lot of the times we do kind of end up, because we have more experience, we just take over the jobs, and then if we do leave, the people with less experience do not have the experience to actually, run the team. So then everything goes to shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So it's important. It's something that you have to learn, right? You have to learn how to be a
Yeah,
treasurer,
yeah.
how to be a president, and it's good. And it makes sense that it's uni students. It's a uni team run by uni students, not by
Exactly.
people that are too old and just hold back.
Yeah, we are definitely older people, granddads
Yeah.
and grandmas and stuff.
Sometimes it feels
Yeah.
like that.
I mean, yeah, it does, huh? Ah, those children. No. I mean, I don't even know what I'm saying. Yeah, so I guess, why did you decide to make your own community team as opposed to, maybe joining a pre-existing one or something like that?
I think for us it was a lot of us. So it was like Manchester had two teams at the time, and most of the first team was either made of graduates or people that were gonna graduate that year. So it was a lot of people, and we knew already that some people from the other side, like the Leeds, and were interested in making a community team as well. So it gave us the numbers to start a new team, and we thought it would be nice for the sport, for the competition, to have a new team as opposed to joining another club and just essentially having more teams from the same club competing against each other. I don't know if I'm making myself clear. Like, it's more interesting to have different clubs playing against each other than different teams within the same club playing against each other.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's
yeah,
true,
just to give some variety. Yeah.
Yeah.
And because we had the numbers, so it was like the moment to do it,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. It's So, what was the process like? How? The thing is, it's kind of hard for me to ask these kind of questions because, like,
because
I know
all
what
the
happens.
answers because you were there.
So I know the answers. Yeah, exactly. I was part of this, but let's go from your side, because from my side, I'll be like, look, I am the one that made all the changes. No one did anything. I'm blah 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 blah. But yeah, so how was the team created? How do we decide the structure, how the team's gonna work? How do we decide who's gonna join the team? How do we decide on the ethos? Or I guess, was that not decided until, like, what was decided straight away, and what was decided, okay, we have a team now we can decide?
Okay, so I think when it became clear that us as University of Manchester weren't working anymore as a team, and we started just like casual talks about starting a new club, and once we found out we had enough numbers, and we decided to hold on until the season was finished, so until after BQC, just because we were still trying to be a team. Trying is
Yeah.
the word. We were still trying to be a team, and obviously we wanted to be together for BQC as University of Manchester and try to give our best on that last tournament. So having talks of a new team at the same time wasn't appropriate. So we held until the season finished, and then we started meeting at your house. Actually, I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, I was there. I was there with my. Was I there with my broken ACL? Yeah, I was.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah,
That's why we were at your house, so you didn't have to move much.
I couldn't walk. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we started like the people that we knew we had for sure. We started meeting and just like having a chat of what the idea we had, because we wanted to all be on the same page and not have similar issues as we had with the uni team. Just like making sure that we all wanted to be a competitive team, that we all like wanted to be friends, but also to like obviously be friends and have a friendly environment, but also try to aim as high as we could.
Yeah.
And from there, well, it was like the fun discussions of like setting a name for the team, setting a logo for the team, setting like the team colors, and which was exciting and was like a fun process, but it's something that takes more time than some people think. It's not something that just happened one day.
Yeah.
And we were sure what we wanted. No, it took us a while actually. We had some few interesting names and proposals, and obviously like with the people that we had at the time.
Yeah. Give
Sorry?
us some examples of the names. Give us some examples of the names.
Do you remember the names? It was we had like Valkyries, I think, or something like that. And we had, I'm gonna say it and some people are gonna be like, oh, that was better than Olympians. We had one that was like, I'm thinking about Vipers because they're now like the new team, but we also had one that was like the logo was like some sort of cobra. Was it cobras or something like that? I don't remember. It was some kind of reptile. I don't remember the name. This is confusing. And then we had one. Do you remember the one that was like space kind of name, asteroid or something like that? Yeah.
Meteors, I think.
Meteorites or asteroids or something like that. Yeah.
I do remember that. But that was some of the more aerospace-y people inclined.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was those 4 main themes. So we had like the Olympians theme. We didn't have the name yet. We had the theme kind of thing. We had one that was like the some sort of viper cobra kind of thing. We had like the Valkyries, which was like a Vikings theme kind of thing. And it wasn't Valkyries. Was it? It was Valkyries, yeah.
It was Berserkers? No, something like
Berserkers or something like that. Yeah, something Viking, yeah. And then we had the meteorites, the spatial.
Yeah. Okay. So how do we?
And once we decided the theme, we went on deciding the logo and like a pre-kit, because the people that were presenting the names and the kits and the logos were people that just presented like the full pack kind of thing. So we could decide, knowing a bit of the idea, what we would look like, not just decide on a name, then maybe we would like the other thing better. And so we first decided on a pack, and once we decided on a pack, like on the theme, we decided on the name. And I think the name was the first thing. We knew it was going to be Olympians. And then we decided on the logo, which again took a lot of drafts. And the final logo is the idea is the same one we had at the beginning, but it was simplified and worked on. Yeah. And then from the logo, we decided on the kit. And the kit was like, we had an idea, and then we contacted Utility, and they were super helpful. They were super good. Super happy to work with them. They helped us, and we had like a lot of stuff coming forward and back, and until we managed to create this beautiful kit that we have.
Yeah, it's a very nice looking kit. Yeah, I'm actually gonna pop it up for people that don't know, but I feel like if you're watching this video, you kind of know how we look like.
Yeah, you have to. You're missing out if you're not.
All these decisions, the kind of the structure, the team name, the kit-ish, that was kind of done before we started actually recruiting properly, haven't we? Because we needed to have some sort of branding. So after that was done, how do we decide how we're going to recruit people, what our ethos is going to be, and I guess what were our first steps as a team like? Yeah,
so once we had an idea on the theme, we created the page. We obviously wanted to get this done when we were like as little people as possible. We were still like 8 people, I think, or something like that, and it was hard enough. being more people, it would have been just impossible to get on the right ideas. Yeah, so once we had that, we also decided between us 8 people, we decided that we were gonna vote on a president, secretary, and the treasurer was voted as well. Just so we could make sure we had a core of a committee from the original 8, if you want to call them like that. So we made sure that the ethos of the team would be carried out. But we understood like a coach and so like especially the coach is a position that really affects all of the players. So we wanted to make sure that more of the players and the new people that we recruited had an input on, had a voice in the decision of who was going to be the head coach. And we left the social secretary, which is like publicity as well. We left that one as well in case more people outside of us wanted to get involved and to get some ideas from the outside, because we thought it would be good. And once we had that, we created the Facebook page, and we created our social media, and we were all set to start advertising and start calling for people, recruiting. So we made the Facebook page, and we made a Facebook interest group. So there we added all the people that had either directly told us they were interested, or the ones that contacted the page saying they were interested once we were made official. And from there obviously before we did this, what you asked before about the ethos, I think for us it was really important to set the base of the club and set what we wanted to achieve and what we wanted to do, have it like super clear. We didn't write an official constitution because we didn't think it was needed, but we did think it was needed to be clear on what the club was about. And I mean, the main things of our ethos was like, we want to be competitive, we want to be friendly, and because we all come from university teams, and because we are, I don't know how to say this, but we wanted to make sure that we weren't just leaving a university club and then leaving them to die on their own, essentially. So we wanted to make sure that yes, we're growing up and we're growing away from the team, but we're still here to help. We want you to be able to develop your own club and like go through all the committee positions, and like essentially we won't be doing it for you, but we want you to know that we're still here if you need any sort of advice or whatever, you know.
Okay.
Because it can be scary. It can be scary for a uni student to just all from the sudden, pretty much all of the committee graduated, and all of the old committee that we had that year was pretty much on the new team, you know. I think it was only one person that stayed, or one or two that stayed in the committee, and they went from being publicity or social secretary to being the president. So that's like, that can be scary. So we wanted
promotion,
to... Huh? Yes, a huge promotion there. So we wanted to make sure that, reassure them that if they needed help, we were going to be there. And similar thing happened with the Leeds team. And then obviously we thought these are the two teams that we got most people from, and that obviously we had the most links with, and we were mostly inclined to help, but we didn't want it to limit it to these two clubs, and we decided that if we could help any other university teams that were going through similar situations, then we would do our best to send help.
I guess in terms of hindsight, and I guess if anyone's watching, if they want to set up a team, and because we have the experience for it, I was just wondering if you had any like advice or, you know, any of the stuff that needs to be considered before a community team is actually created.
I think it's just something that's really important is to kind of know you have the numbers, because it makes it so much easier, in my opinion. Like, it's really good and nice to start a new team, but if you think you only have 5 players and you're not sure if any more are gonna come or something like that, then it might just be a lot of work, because it is a lot of work to set it up. Because I mean, I didn't talk about it, but you also have to set up like bank accounts and like, like a proper database. And it takes time setting it up. It does take a lot of time. So you don't want to go through all that to then not have the numbers. And I think it's also important to be sure about what you want to achieve with the club, and making sure that the players that come to the club are like the right ones. I'm not saying that you should exclude anyone, obviously not.
Yeah.
But making sure you advertise correctly so that the people that are attracted to you are in line with what you're going after, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so I was going to actually ask you, so you are the president. So why did you actually decide to, I guess, put your name in the hat? Why did you think that you were the right person for it? Because I think, didn't you run for it at the start as well, and you ran again when we kind of established the team full with everyone that's joined us?
We decided it when it was just the 8 of us. We voted. I went for it then, and then it didn't change for the whole of last season, and then I did go again at the start of this season. To be honest, it's something that I don't. Is weird to say it myself, but I'm that kind of person that has like actual leadership like skills. Like it's in me. I think it has to do with the fact that I'm an older sister, so I kind of grew up. Those things that they say about older sisters. Yeah, I grew up bossing people around. That's probably the right description. So yeah, I enjoy being on that position, and yeah, I thought the year before, I had been the treasurer of the team, and I had already started thinking about being president of Manchester, but then obviously things changed, and I thought it would be good. I really liked the ethos of the club, the people that we were gonna be working with, and yeah, I thought I could do a good job trying to make sure that ethos was gonna be carried out, and I'm organized in that sense, and I wanted to go for it, make sure that it worked, tried to do my best to help the team.
So what do you reckon was your most stressful part of the job, or is your most stressful part of the job?
The setting up was stressful. It was that was the hard bit, like getting all the people on board and all the like paperwork. The paperwork in relation to the like bank opening the bank account. It's not something like super stressful and super demanding. Yeah. Setting up like deciding the initial decisions that we did, and then last year it ran super smooth. The only times that you have something to do is like around tournaments. Like the committee works really well. Each one of us does what they have to do, and as a president, you're kind of there to oversee that all of the position, like everyone does their job essentially, and if there's any issue, then it goes through the president essentially. But it was like we had the coaching team that was working fine, running the tournaments. I didn't really have to worry about any of that. We had the publicity secretary like taking care of the Facebook page and all the promotions and stuff like that. I had the treasurer arranging all the financial stuff, ordering the kit and everything, and it was just like it's just a fact of like when it comes to tournaments, making sure you submit the rosters and that everyone is informed of what they have to do and everyone gets it done. And that's the most stressful part, when it's like the day before the tournament and there's the one player that you can't contact on Facebook because they never use Facebook, and you're trying to chase them because they have to do the form, and if they don't do it in the next 2 hours, they're not going to play. That's the stressful part.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess like you've been kind of chilling out now with this.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's like this season, everyone knows it's been on hold for a while now, so there's not much to do. It's just making sure, trying to keep the team together. We as Olympians, we've had activities. We have like a weekly fitness session that is just for club members, and I think it's helped us keep our fitness up, at least have the excuse to see each other once a week. Sorry.
That's true,
so I think this way it was a nice excuse to meet once a week with a real purpose, and we still have like a chat before and after, so we still get to talk to each other and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So yeah, that's not so much of a president job, but
Yeah.
it's something that I've done because of my other abilities.
To be fair, like you do, but then again, you tend to do a lot of stuff in this. Like I remember when we were in Manchester, I was in charge of, because I was the kid sec, and I was in charge of doing all the stuff. And then you were like, oh, I want to help with designing this, and you took over the designing job, and there's this, and then you helped order. And I was just like, okay, cool. So I was like, I'm pretty sure you're kind of the same with the president stuff. You do tend to take the responsibilities. So
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
good.
to be honest, it's something that I've been working on, and I'm that kind of person that I'm really active with those kind of things. So
Yeah.
if I see something that needs doing, I'm the kind of person that is like, oh, don't worry, I'll do it. And not because I want to take it from you or anything, just because I enjoy doing it as well.
Yeah.
But then it does come to a point where you have to, it's important, and it's something that I've had to work on, just delegating. And
Yeah.
it's not because I don't think other people are not capable, or because I'm going to be able to do it better. It's just because I'm genuinely thinking that I'm going to help you.
Yeah, that's true. To be fair, my year as KidSec was very easy. I love it. It was no stress. You did a lot of the design stuff, and I was like, oh, I just all I need to do is the order, and then pick up the kit. That's it. That was my job.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That's it. That's this year. That has been like that. They're like you have 1 or 2 tasks in the year, and you just have to make sure you do them right.
Yeah.
But it's not that stressful.
Yeah, that's true. To be fair, we have kind of coped with it a bit better, because I think normally, I don't know how it is now, but I think when we were part of Manchester, because in committee, the way we did it was we kind of had like, that's it, you're a kid sec, you're in charge of this, like, oh, your publicity, you're in charge of this. But now we decided that, oh, hang on, I think it'll be easier if we actually make subcommittees. So I think you kind of help facilitate that as well. And I feel
Yeah.
like
Well, that's
kind
something
of
we
very
decided
important.
to try this year as well.
Yeah.
Just because that's something I didn't say before either. We decided to just have a 5-person committee. One, because you don't really need that many people, as we've been talking, like there's not that much stuff to do. And I remember in Manchester we had like a committee of like 10 people, and it's just like crazy in terms of like trying to make a decision, and everyone has their own opinion, and everyone having their own opinion is super valid. But when you trying to decide one thing, it makes it super hard, because it does. It always, like, the more people that you have, the harder it's going to be to take a decision. And we wanted to keep it 5. So in terms of when we had to vote, whatever, it's not possible to have a tie. It has to, one side has to win. But there's more people that want to be involved in the club, and also because we are a community club, there's a lot of people that have stressful jobs and they can't commit to a full-time committee position. So we decided to create like subcommittees, which are just people that help for one committee position. So for example, the subcommittee of the social secretary can be people like, can have 2 or 3 people. One is in charge of like arranging socials, like going out socials. One can be in charge of arranging daytime socials, or non-drinking related socials.
Yeah.
Like going on a hike or something like that. And then someone else can be just helping writing Facebook posts or something like that, which makes, like, it still has to go through the member of the committee. It has to approve everything, and then that has to be approved by the committee. But it just makes people in the club also be more in charge of their club and be able to more easily chip in if they're interested in doing that. Because there's also a lot of people that would just rather come to training once a week, go home and enjoy the tournaments, and don't have to think about what's going on behind the door.
Yeah. I have founded a religion. So we've reached the end of the first part. Like I said in my previous episodes, I do not want to make them too long. I want to shorten them so it's easier for you guys to consume this type of content. Yeah, so in this video we did talk about a lot of the community stuff questions. So next part we'll focus a little bit more about community stuff and about fitness. As you guys are well aware, Marianna is also a fitness trainer. So it'll be something that we can talk about and you guys can look forward to. So the next video will be out on Thursday, 6 p.m, like it always is. And yeah, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, like I say, give us a comment. Don't be afraid to, say your opinion. What do you guys think on the things we've mentioned? You could be you agree, you could be you disagree. I don't mind. Anyways, it's a discussion. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next Thursday. Bye, guys.